What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and today we're saying goodbye to 2025 and jumping into the time machine to travel back to the Attitude Years, covering all things 2001. Today's episode is WWF Raw Is War from April 16th, live in Knoxville, Tennessee. Kicking us off, we have Vince McMahon coming out to the ring, and he says, "I do not believe weddings should end in divorce. Think of the effect of divorce. It should be outlawed. I know Linda is watching. For the sake of the institution of marriage, I will not grant you a divorce." And then Debra comes out, and Vince says that behind every great man is a greater woman, and Stone Cold is a good man, and you are the exception to that rule. So then Debra slaps Vince, and we then go backstage to where Austin's yelling at Debra and tells her not to leave her spot. So the basic premise of this opening is Vince does not want a divorce from Linda, and Debra is sort of going rogue here. Like, Austin likes Vince, but that doesn't mean that Debra does, and she showed him that by slapping him right across the face to kick off Raw. Our first match, we have the tag team champions Edge and Christian taking on the Holly cousins with Molly Holly. Before the match starts, Rhino lands a Gorda Hardcore Holly, and then Molly hits Edge with a Molly go round, but Edge rolls up Crash Holly, holding Crash's tights to retain the tag team championships for himself and his partner Christian. Basic opening match. Rhino has been the force helping Edge and Christian since WrestleMania, and he continues to do so here. We then see Just Incredible with X Factor taking on Bubba Ray Dudley with Devon. Devon low blows Just Incredible, and then Bubba and Devon hit a What's Up, and Bubba Ray Dudley defeats Just Incredible here, able to neutralize the X Factor for this episode of Raw here, but we'll see how this rivalry continues on. Big Show's backstage, and he's talking to Shane McMahon, and he wants Shane to stay at the show and watch his match, and Shane's like, yeah, I'll watch it. We then see Steven Richards in the backstage interview, and Richards says, "We feel terrible about SmackDown, all of the Right to Censor members fighting, but tonight I fight for a title we oppose the most, the Hardcore Championship." We then get a backstage interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin says, "It took two men to beat Triple H. They'll never put their hands on myself or the game again." And that's when Matt Hardy attacks Austin backstage. And we're seeing this rivalry between the game and Austin against the Hardy Boys, and it's still taking place here on Raw. Next, we have the Hardcore Champion Kane. He defeats Steven Richards after the Right to Censor attack Kane backstage. The Undertaker gets involved, and Kane rams Steven Richards into a truck, and Kane gets the victory here. Undertaker tells Steven Richards after the match to stop fighting the good fight and find a girl. So maybe Richards is on that path. Or maybe he'll find a man. We don't know. Next, we have Chris Jericho versus Kurt Angle. Jericho goes for a lion swap, and Angle goes to leave. Jericho attacks Angle on the ramp, and then Commissioner Regal comes out and attacks Chris Jericho, giving Jericho the DQ victory. After Jericho applies the walls of Jericho to Regal and then lands a lion salt to Kurt Angle, but Angle and Regal double team Chris Jericho. They apply a Regal stretch and an ankle lock to Jericho until Chris Benoit makes a save, and we immediately get Chris Benoit versus William Regal. And during that match, Kurt Angle gets involved, but Jericho attacks Angle. Benoit applies the crossface, and William Regal taps out. So we have a team here of Jericho and Benoit. They're fighting Angle and Regal, and for weeks Angle and Regal have been teaming up against Jericho, but now the numbers are even, and Benoit and Jericho seems to be delivering here on Raw. Next, we see Raven, Billy Gunn, and Tess. They defeat the Radicalz with Terry after Raven lands a DDT to Eddie Guerrero, and Raven has pinned the European champion. Basic six-man tag match, nothing cool here. We see the Big Show defeat Kaientai in a handicap match after Big Show lands a double chokeslam. But before the match, the APA came out and attacked the Big Show. But Big Show is trying to get some kind of comeuppance because he walked away from the Undertaker last week on SmackDown. And he's taking his anger out on Kaientai. Our main event, we have WWF Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy with Lita taking on Triple H with Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. During the match, Stone Cold Steve Austin attacks Matt Hardy backstage with several cheer shots, and then Austin stalks Lita down to the ring, and Triple H lands a pedigree to Jeff Hardy, which the camera does not catch, Triple H defeats Jeff Hardy to become the new Intercontinental Champion. After Triple H and Austin attack the Hardy Boys in numerous chair shots, and Austin chokes Matt with his belt. They go to attack Lita, but then the Brothers of Destruction show up. They clear the ring, and Triple H and Austin walk up the ramp. For weeks, they've been saying that no one's able to touch us, but I think we found Kane and The Undertaker who are willing to do that. So we're a couple weeks away now from Backlash. We have 2 more SmackDowns and 1 more Raw to go. And we've been covering April. We've been covering Attitude Year. So if you like what you're hearing, make sure you subscribe, like, hit that notification bell. Leave a comment. What do you remember from this episode? And we're getting a lot of people watching our videos that are new to the channel. So make sure you subscribe so that you know when we have new videos coming out. And we cover Raw, SmackDown, the current product, and many other shows. So stay in the loop. And until next time, stay safe and
stay uncensored.